welcome back to Hawkeye Skunk Works, and I'm sure that all of you have noticed right away that today I am not in my Ford Explorer. This is in fact something else brand new and something else Italian. Thank you to the people at Zimmerman, Alfa, Fiat for inviting me back to take a spin in this beautiful 2016 Fiat 500 Abarth. So, where do we begin? This Fiat 500 Abarth is their higher performance spec 500. It is a 1.4 liter turbocharged engine, making makes no difference 160 horsepower, getting you from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, which is not too shabby in my book. It is front wheel drive, of course. It is a 5-speed manual, and it is a pleasure to drive. The exhaust is fantastic on this car. When I got in at the dealership and started it open, I left the door open because I wanted to hear it. And I literally said out loud, "Oh my gosh," because I was that surprised by it. It sounded that good. And we'll get you some exterior shots of that in a bit. But we're just gonna drive, and I hate to say that I'm doing a review of this. I don't think of myself as a car reviewer. That means I would have to go over, you know, how the radio works and things like that. And right now, I don't care about that kind of stuff. Think of this as a car guy takes a car for a test drive and tells you what he thinks. That's pretty much what I'm doing here. So, got a chunky little leather-wrapped steering wheel with a flat bottom, which I absolutely love. I don't care what kind of car it is. I wish my Ford Explorer had a flat bottom steering wheel in it. It looks cool, and it just makes it easier to get in and out of the vehicle. Leather-wrapped shift knob, 5-speed, like I said before. It's on the dash, which is kind of popular in all small cars nowadays. I'm not a fan of that. I understand you got to make use of the space down below, but I prefer a nice console that comes down with the shifter in the console. Right now, I'm headed to a little park where I can hopefully pull up in some peace and quiet and get some good still photos of this to put together for you guys, and get out, walk around the car, do a little video overview of the outside of the car, the things that I like, I don't like, some of the going more in depth on the inside of the car, some of the things that I do and don't like. I should mention that you probably can't hear it in the video, but the exhaust does get some cracks and pops out of it. I haven't exactly figured out how to do it when I get them, but it does do it, and it sounds great. So I wish there was more turbo noise. That's one of the things that I wish I could hear more of, and I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff out there where you can modify that easily and get some more choo-choo noises out of it. Steering is nice and light, not too heavy, not too light. It's direct input, really excellent response. I did not notice much of a change in the steering or the brakes in regular to sport mode. Maybe there is, I didn't notice it. I did notice some better throttle response in sport mode. Brakes are great, suspension's good. It's stiff, but you know, it is a little hot hatchback. What do you expect? It does not have independent rear suspension, so I'm guessing if you put this through an autocross course, it probably would cock a wheel, which would be neat. Frightening, I'm sure, but neat. So I've been driving this for a little while now, and I have to say, I'm genuinely thrilled. I've had a smile on my face the entire time. This thing just, it handles really well. It's lively, it's responsive. The noises are great. The seats are super comfortable and supportive. Everything on the inside is where you would kind of expect it to be. It's easily accessible. That's the problem with if you're getting into a new car that you haven't been into, that you're looking to actually buy, is you can be thrown off on the quality of the car or how much you like or dislike the car because you're not used to the inside of it. So if everything is where you might expect it, but can still be, you know, updated, that's a good thing for consumers. That's a piece of advice that I can give you all if you're going to test drive a car to buy, or just to, if you're lucky enough like I am to test drive some of these. Just get in, sit down, take the time to figure out where everything is, adjust your seat exactly how you want it, adjust your mirrors exactly how you want them. Even if you're not going to listen to the radio, figure out how it turns on and what the controls do. Then you will be much more settled, relaxed in the car, which will in turn help you get a better driving experience out of the car. Your feel will be better. You won't be uncomfortable and worrying about, oh, I wish I was further or closer. You'll drive more safely because you're going to be concentrating on actually driving the vehicle. So that's just a quick tip that I can give you all. If you're getting in a car that you're not familiar with, take the time, set the car up the way that you want it, and you'll get a much better experience. Alright, so we have arrived to the park. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out. The wind is not too bad, and we should be able to get some good footage and hopefully not too much wind noise. And of course, as soon as I said that, the wind picks up. However, I guess we can start with the outside of the car. The car is black, which in my opinion is the greatest color to have a car in, no matter what car it is. I like the wheels on this. I'm not even sure what size of wheels these are. Pirelli tires, which is great. They are 16-inch wheels. Those are pretty big wheels on a little car. Nice red calipers. Four-wheel disc, of course. Move around to the back. We've got dual exhaust, and if you've seen my Alfa Romeo 4C video, you check out that, you'll notice that the rear diffuser arrangement and exhaust setup is very similar to that car. Go around to the side. Nice Abarth badges on it, and altogether, nice looking car. I've seen some nice body kits for these. One thing in my opinion is they don't look enough differently on the outside than the regular 500s, if that makes sense. If I was going to buy an Abarth, I would want it to stand out, and I'm not sure to a normal person that this really would. Nice fog lights, a little bit of a front lip there, and let's go ahead and move to the inside. Now, this version has cloth seats. It's kind of a canvas that a lot of newer cars have, which I really enjoy. For a long time I only liked leather seats, and these newer fabrics I'm definitely on board with. Leather e-brake handle, leather shift knob, awesome steering wheel like I said. Hop in, very nice key, flip key, keyless entry, trunk with the Abarth on it. Turn the ignition on. Nice big gauge cluster there, electronic gauge cluster, radio, controls, piano, black dash, I love that. Nice turbo boost gauge there with sport in the middle. I'll try to get that for you. Sport in the middle that turns on when it's in sport mode. And yeah, just a very nice place to be. Back seat is definitely a nice place to be. Get some kids or adults back there, I think, with no problem. The seats have a nice pull on them here, reminiscent of a lot of what Porsche puts on for pulls on their cars, so you can get in and out. Not too bad. Trunk, of course, it's got a trunk release on the key fob, and then there's a button underneath. Adequate trunk space, more than adequate really for a car of this size. I assume that the seats fold down. It looks like they do. You get even more space in there. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and take a look under the hood. There sits the 1.4 liter 4-cylinder with the turbo right on the top. I love it when car manufacturers put the turbos in plain sight. I'm such a car nerd that if a car is turbocharged, I want to see the turbo. I don't know why, it makes me happy to be able to open a hood and see a turbo sitting right there. So that obviously sounds fantastic. I know I said earlier that I wish it made some more turbo noise, and of course now I hope that you all could hear it. I could definitely hear it, that it was sitting still. And for the record, that was not anywhere near red line, so that was about halfway up. It was about 3,500 RPM. But it sounds fantastic outside, and obviously, as you heard before, it sounds fantastic inside the car. So I think I will wrap this video up right here, right now. I surely appreciate you guys stopping by and checking this video out. If you're interested in Zimmerman cars, any of their dealerships or any of their brands, check out their website that I will put in the description below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Head on over to our Facebook page and over to our Twitter account for lots of great content there. Make sure to keep checking back in for the future for more great content.